Hello and welcome to this tutorial. We've been talking about subnetting, and that's when you have a network and you want to break it up into smaller groups or smaller subnets to better suit your needs. Well, there are two ways we can go about this. The first way, Vlsm, which stands for Variable Length Subnet Masking, is when you have your network and when you create your subnets, the subnets can be different sizes. They don't have to be the same. That means each subnet you create will have a different subnet mask. They will have a different number of hosts in each subnet as well. Well, the opposite of that approach is known as fixed length subnet masking. This is also sometimes referred to as static length subnet masking, two ways to reference the same thing. And as the name indicates, all of the subnets you create are going to be the same size. So they're going to have the same subnet mask, and each subnet is going to carry the same number of hosts in it. Well, when we talked about the introduction to routing protocols, we mentioned that some routing protocols do and some routing protocols do not support variable length subnet masking. And that's important because variable length subnet masking gives you a lot more options when it comes to subnet masking. You're not locked into creating the same sizes for everything. So just as a refresher, an example of a routing protocol that only supports fixed length subnet masking and does not support variable length is known as RIP version 1. And then we talked about how, RIP version 2 came along and it was improved so that it does support variable length subnet masking. And there are others as well. OSPF and EIGRP both support variable length subnet masking. In fact, there are more routing protocols that do support variable length than do not support it because it's such a useful technique in subnetting. Okay, so if we were to take a look, if we have this network here, 192.168.1.0, it's a /24, and if we take a fixed length subnet masking approach, you can see here we created 4 subnets, and they're each the same size. They each have a /26, meaning their subnet mask is going to be the same, which means they have the same number of host bits in each one. Let's go ahead and take a look at an example of the same network, the 192.168.1.0/24, but this time we look at it and we take a variable length subnet masking approach, and you can see the difference here. Now this time we created 5 subnets, and they have different subnet masks. Now, not all of them have different subnet masks. It can vary. You can have a couple the same size, a couple not the same size. It's really up to you and how you want to break up your network to best suit your needs. Okay, so that's it. That is the variable length and fixed length subnet masking approaches. Keep in mind routing protocols and how they're related to either supporting or not supporting these two approaches to subnetting. Okay, thanks for watching.